Hey guys, it's Melissa. I'm back with another book review, and today I'm gonna surprise you and do Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling. And if you're like, okay, this girl is not gonna review a book by like a TV comedy writer and an actress. Yeah, I am. Because let me tell you something that you might not know about Mindy Kaling. She's hilarious and she's awesome. Honestly, when I decided to read this book, I was expecting something different. You know, why not me? It's such a powerful statement. You know, personally, it's like sums up a mantra that I've had my entire life. The thing I love about Mindy Kaling is that she is so confident, and it's something that she addresses in this book. She told this great story about this little girl who asked her at an event, you know, Mindy, where do you get your confidence? And Kaling admitted that she gave the girl a really bad answer because she was tired and it was the end of the day or something like that. And she talks about it in the book about how much she regrets that moment and she wishes that she could have given her better advice. So she gives her the advice in the book, and it's advice that I think everyone should hear. And of course, she put this amazing part of this book to the very end. So you got to read through everything to get to it. Work hard, know your shit, show your shit, and then feel entitled. If you do that, you will be fine. I love that so much because there's so much to it, but I think the biggest thing is, and she talks about this in the book a lot, it's this idea that everybody wants her life. Everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants to like work on a TV show, like all those things sound really exciting, but people don't want to work for it. And if you're like, yeah, Melissa, I'm willing to work for it, let me rephrase it. People aren't willing to practice for it. And a lot of, writing or working in film or being on the stage or anything, like so much of it is practice, and practice isn't always fun. Practice sucks sometimes. I know personally I'm in a play right now. It's a community theater production, and I have to do this Cockney accent. And let me tell you, it's one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life is to do this Cockney accent. And I know it's bad. Like, that's the hardest part of it. I know the accent's bad. I know my accent is bad. And it's kind of one of those things, though, where it's like, all right, well, we've accepted that you kind of suck at this, and now you're going to have to practice to get better. And the practicing part isn't fun. It's really humbling. It's humbling to read lines that you've read over and over and over again and listen and say, okay, what about this sounds crazy? And I did that for a couple of weeks leading up to the actual show. And then I found out that on opening night, someone in the audience said my accent was terrible. And it hurt my feelings. I worked really hard in the accent, but I was just that bad at it that I went from being atrocious to terrible. And that's how it is with anything. Like, you could totally suck at something, and it's gonna take you a really long time to be good at it. I'm sure if I kept working on the accent like throughout the show, which I plan to, and after the show, like someday I could have an amazing Cockney accent. But right now, it's bad. But it's like that with anything in life. You can't necessarily go into something just thinking about the end result and having that be your only motivation. You have to practice, you have to show up, you have to humble yourself, you have to make yourself really uncomfortable. And that's the strongest part of this book, is that Mindy makes that point. People don't want to practice. They don't want to be bad at something for a long time. And I get it. There's a lot of things that I would love to just skip over the hard parts and be great at. But that's not how life works, and that's not how success works. So I thought that was really great. Another awesome point that Kaling makes in her book, and I talk about this a lot on my blog, Driftyland. Anything great, or to start anything, like, you have to be brave. First, you have to admit to yourself that you probably won't be great at it at first. You'd even be terrible. You have to be brave, and you have to do it for yourself, because people, and I'm gonna quote right from Mindy, people get scared when you try to do something, especially when it looks like you're succeeding. People do not get scared when you're failing. It calms them. Because when you're winning, it makes them feel like they're losing, or worse yet, that maybe they should have tried to do something too, but now it's too late. And now since they didn't, they want to stop you, and you can't let them. Thankfully, personally, I've had a lot of really strong support systems in my life. My parents, I've always been really supportive of the things that I've wanted to do, even when they sound insane. I have a really supportive team at work. I have a really supportive boss. So, but I've definitely there have been times in my life where I've been around people that aren't really supportive, and I've said, you know, I want to be a writer, and I want to travel, and I want to do these things, and they've been like, really? Like you? But you just have to remember that people have their own things going on. They have their own lives, they have their own feelings, and sometimes when you tell them you're going to do something, they make it about them, you know, and it's just human nature. But that's the thing. There are some people in life that will try to stop you when you try to do something. When you try to do something great, they'll try to stop you. They'll tell you it's a bad idea. And I've done a lot of things in my life, some of which were really bad ideas. I've taken risks and they haven't worked out. But you gotta keep going, you gotta keep trying. So those were all the most critical points that I got from Why Not Me. If you love Mindy Kaling, if you love to just laugh throughout a book, this is the right book for you. Thanks, guys.